Order up.
That's me. I play the iguana bartender in Zootopia 2, whose name is Slick DG Guani. And in the movie, I make these crazy looking honey bug sticks, so I thought I'd give it a try. First, I've got to dress like my character. This doesn't feel so bad. Then I'll take a big bucket of honey, dip this giant stick I found from outside, and then we need our edible bugs. I am not looking forward to eating this. I'm gonna sprinkle these bugs onto the stick. That looks absolutely disgusting. And whoa. The bug stick is horrible. The movie's amazing. Go check it out.
Order up.
That's me. I play the iguana bartender in Zootopia 2, whose name is Slick DG Guani. And in the movie, I make these crazy looking honey bug.
Russia drilled the deepest hole on Earth, which they had to abandon, not because they ran out of money, but because of what they heard at the bottom, which literally made workers quit on the spot. This is the Kola Super Deep Borehole, which is the deepest hole that's ever been drilled by humans. They started drilling it in 1970 in the Arctic Circle, and their goal was super simple. They wanted to penetrate deeper into the Earth's crust than anyone has ever been. For 19 years, they drilled non-stop, and by 1989, they reached 40,000 feet deep, which is 7.5 miles straight down. To put that into perspective, that's deeper than the Mariana Trench, which is the deepest part of our ocean. But here's where it gets crazy, because the deeper they went, the stranger the things got. At 4 miles down, the temperature was 356 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hotter than any model had predicted. Parts of the drill kept melting, and rock became more like plastic than actually solid. And then they found water miles below the surface, where water shouldn't exist. They had even discovered microscopic fossils at depths where scientists said that life was impossible. But nothing compares to what they heard when they lowered a microphone. In 1989, they lowered a heat-resistant microphone into the borehole, and the recording picked up something that sounds like thousands of voices screaming in agony. The audio was so disturbing that it made worldwide news, and some workers literally quit on the spot. Scientists tried to explain it. Maybe it was the shifting tectonic plates, or maybe gas escaping through the cracks, but nothing fully made sense. So in 1992, the project was stopped, and Russia's official response was that the drill couldn't handle the heat and the rock became too plastic to drill. Until this day, the hole is still there and it was sealed from the top. But what do you think of this? Let me know your thoughts down in.
These tiny creatures might be the most useful animals on Earth, and you've probably eaten them before. Because the second they're brought to markets, they're weighed equally and sealed in individual containers, as farmers race to buy millions of them since their whole farm depends on it. Because they're taken straight to flooded rice fields, where thousands are released into the water, starting one of the smartest farming systems in the world. As while they grow up, they spend each day eating harmful pests and weeds, while digging through the mud to aerate the soil, giving the rice more oxygen without using any chemicals. But after months of protecting every grain of rice, they're collected all over again and sold worldwide, finally becoming the same crabs you've eaten. These tiny creatures might be the most useful animals on Earth, and you've probably
Throwback to 2019, when this group of flat earthers spent $20,000 to prove the Earth is flat, only for it to end up completely backfiring on them. You see, after they bought a gyroscope worth over $20,000, which is an extremely precise tool used to calculate Earth's motion, they figured that if the Earth was actually a sphere, they would see a 15 degree per hour drift on the gyroscope. And although they were confident this would not happen, when they went to look at the number on the gyroscope after turning it on, it read 15 degrees exactly. But they still had one final experiment. So they put up these two boards and cut holes in them at an equal height. Then they placed them far away from each other and put a camera on one side and a light on the other. If the Earth is flat, the camera would pick up the light when they were both being held at the exact same height. But if it was round, the light would have to be held even higher for the camera to pick it up. And well,
we don't see you, Enrique. Lift up your light way above your head. Interesting.
Throwback to 2019, when this group of flat earthers spent $20,000 to prove the Earth is flat, only for it to end up completely backfiring on them. You see, after they bought a gyroscope worth over $20,000, which is an extremely precise tool used to calculate Earth.
This is for science. They see me rolling. What?
They see me rolling. They hate it.
They see me rolling, 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 they hate it.
This is for science. They see me rolling, what? They hate it.
They see me rolling.
My cat has 3 legs, and everyone always asks me this question.
How did he lose a leg?
So today, I'm finally gonna figure out how he lost his leg. First, I simply asked him, Stitch, I don't really know how to ask this, but, how did you lose your other leg? Oh, okay. Sorry for asking, my bad. My next best idea to figure out how he lost his leg was to ask ChatGPT. Surely this will work. How did my cat lose his back leg? What? Why are you asking me? How would I know? I thought ChatGPT knew everything. I guess I'm never gonna find out how he lost his back leg. As long as you're happy, buddy. Subscribe. My cat.
I traveled to every country in the world, but here are the 5 places I felt most unsafe.
This place is miserable.
Number 1 is Mogadishu, Somalia. This place has no rules, no laws. Al-Shabaab is present, which is an offshoot of Al-Qaeda. Every time you leave your hotel, you need to have a convoy in the front and back with 4 bulletproof vests.
At Amazon,